Con list. Super Otter Friends. Okay, we're evil. I like it. I like it. I see the vision. All right. Spoonie. The inspiration / non-negotiable game plan of this deck involves activating instant speed Planeswalker abilities, skipping turns until my next turn effects, skipping turns to keep my until next turn. Oh, okay. Protecting Planeswalkers with Pramicon. This deck is still in development, but I've pulled off the skipping turns with a value engine that works during enemy turns game plan before. No restrictions other than keeping the core game plan I mentioned. I err on the cheaper side for cards. It should remain bracket 2, but it's fine if it's going to be 3 or 4. I'm not going to get this to 4, dude. The peace and love on Earth. I just want some advice to getting this deck off the ground, how to make it hum consistently, and how it can pull off its game plan in brackets higher than 2. My thoughts so far, I probably want counter magic. I'm unsure whether to lean into more instants and sorceries. I run Planeswalkers. More otters would be fun. Okay. So we're skipping turns, allegedly. So we have Chronotog. Okay. And then we have this Teferi, right? That can activate at instant speed. But we also have Teferi Temporal Archmage, which has the emblem of giving you instant speed Planeswalkers. Okay, so we have everything that can do all this. My first thought is we have a lot of enchantments here, and I'm wondering how many of them are actually that good. And we have, we have Perch Protection. We have Chronotog. So we can phase out, basically, for 2 turns. Effectively. But then you're kind of just not doing anything. Trophy Mage is getting mana value 3 artifacts. That's Inkermoon Gauntlet, Chronotog, Totem. Oh, it's a nice like blue mana rock. Can you skip your turn on other people's turns? Yeah, I think you're able to skip 4 turns in Commander, right? Because you play Chronotog, you skip your next turn on your turn. Opponent's turn, you skip your next turn on their turn. You skip your next turn on other person's turn. You skip your next turn on this person's turn. So you can just never have a turn again if you have Chronotog in play if you want. Okay, hate indestructibility. I'm not entirely sure even what we're enchanting with this. Planeswalkers, I guess. So this protects it from like Bitter Triumph, like destroy target Planeswalker. It doesn't protect you from hitting the Planeswalker. You're the person who made this deck. I do know that. If I hit your Planeswalker for 7 and it has 4 loyalty on it, it explodes. So hear me out. I'm going to cut in indestructibility. We already have Timely Ward too. But, you know, it's okay. Mystic Barrier. Choose left or right. Each player can only attack the player left or... You know your commander does this. Oath of Teferi. Yeah, I can activate abilities twice. Sphere of Safety. Can't attack you or Planeswalkers you control. I understand that's very alluring text. Is there not a better way? Is that really the best we got? Enchanted Creature's indestructible. Enchanted Creature's indestructible is goated. At least this is removal. Dink. I like Brilliant Wings enough. And I like Benevolent Blessing, okay. So here's my thought. If we're skipping our turns and such, I would love to see a Shadow the Second Sun in this deck. And the point is so we can untap all of our lands and get another beginning phase on our end step before we start skipping turns. I like Inaki Oathkeeper. Normally not big on these kinds of effects, but Inaki Oathkeeper is really annoying. And the fact that it can reanimate a Planeswalker later when it becomes more dead of a card is actually kind of relevant. I would like to see... Search your library for an elemental card. Until your next turn, I see. I don't know if I'm vibing with the Trophy Mage. I understand that Ichor-Moon Gauntlet and Chronotog Totem are both kind of important. I'd much rather see, like, Muddle the Mixture. And it's because it works the same way. Muddle the Mixture can tutor for Chronotog. It's a 2-mana thing. So this is a much easier of a reach for me than this reach is. Even then, like, Trinket Mage is getting Commander's Plate. That's it. Wow. I don't even think we should be running Commander's Plate, by the way. Open the Armory is an idea. Idyllic Tutor is an idea. I don't think we even need any tutors here, though. Call me crazy. Because, like, what wizard are we getting? I guess it was the mages. That was it. Yeah, this deck doesn't excite me as, like, a step-through deck. I don't like Avatar's Wrath. We don't have a lot of cast triggers. Flamekin Harbinger. There's a few elementals. You know what? I like the Flamekin. Yeah, Meditate is awesome. I forgot about that card. This card's hilarious. Skip your next turn, draw 4 cards on an instant. There's no better printing of this card, but it's $18. Ugh, consider it. I wouldn't pay $18 for that card, but it is something to consider. Okay, so we do have all these enchantments. I would much rather you be... You're already on Heliod's Pilgrim. Moonblessed Cleric's a little awkward. You know what? I'm going to put Idyllic Tutor back in, but that's where I draw the line. Bruh, why? What is this in context? Oh, it's reserve list? Yeah, probably. That's probably why it's $18, if that's what you're reacting to. Okay, I would now like to add Thrumming Bird. I just noticed that the lands are awful, by the way. I literally just saw this. I have a Meditate. All right, the Meditate goes in. The lands are just placeholders. You want me to make your mana base for you, is what I'm hearing. Here, streamer, take $50 and think about my lands for me. We also need to add Grateful. I can do that. Okay. Grateful Apparition does damage to a player or planeswalker. Proliferate. Okay. So, we have Thrumming Bird, we have Grateful Apparition that hit and then proliferate. That makes me kind of want to go on Astral Cornucopia. And the other one. In fact, the other 3 or other 2. So it'd be Ever Flowing Chalice, which is another battery rock, and then also Pentad Prism. I like Pentad Prism a lot in a 3-color deck. So the joke is you can Pentad Prism for 3 mana. Shouldn't there be a Deep Glow Skate? I could see the appeal of a Deep Glow Skate. Never use Pentad Prism. Yeah, Pentad Prism is actually really nice because you can wombo it with, of course, the proliferates we just added, but you can also wombo it with Muddle the Mixture, right? Muddle the Mixture gets Pentad Prism. Pentad Prism enters with counters. Those counters get proliferated, and then now you have a Mana Rock effectively that you can spike you. And then also Teleria West can get Astral Cornucopia or Everflowing Chalice. I never used Pentad Prism until I played Vintage Cube. The card's evil, right? Like you understand how awful and maniacal the card is after playing it in Vintage Cube, right? Just being able to go, I bank my mana for next turn, and then you have like double mana next turn is pretty crazy. Okay, Vidalcan Aether Mage comes out. I don't like Kellen. You are just so jam-packed of tutors. It's really rare that I see a deck where I'm like, this has too many tutors in it. But this is definitely one of them. I like the Idyllic Tutor. I like the Search for Glory because it gets Planeswalkers. And then I like the Heliod's Pilgrim. And that's kind of like the end of sentence. I like that Heliod's Pilgrim gets to, you know, Shadow and all this fun stuff. And then Idyllic Tutor can get you all these as well. Like, the enchantment package makes sense to me. And being able to grab any Planeswalker you want makes sense to me as well. What about Arena Rector? I like the idea of Arena Rector. And in fact, Arena Rector makes me want to add Sand Scout as an option. Right? And then we can go ahead and get Flux Channeler. Oh, we're in White Red. How many of our things commit crimes? Two, three, four. Maybe not this one. So 3. Oh, no, this is 4. I'm just thinking if we can add Earther Joe. Because Earther Joe copies Planeswalker abilities if they target. But maybe it's just not that good. I'm willing to buy that. It's just not that good. All right, let's just get some more proliferation here. And I think it's mostly going to look like blue cantrips, but I'm willing to be surprised. What an insane new card, by the way. I don't know if it's necessarily correct for this deck, but it is certainly an option. This protects your Planeswalkers. Proliferate, then choose any number of permanents you control that had a counterput on this way. Those permanents phase out, and then you don't have to worry about them until your next turn. Great news. You skip your next turns and stuff. Kind of funny. Have you played Earther Joe with Planeswalkers before? Okay. How to phrase this? I have a deck in the wings that I'm considering, but I have not built yet. In the seriously for real considering Joe Mama. Right. This is the deck I have in the wings that I'm kind of considering, feeling out how I feel about it. But you know, I'll pop this one open every so often, like play test it a little bit and see how I feel. And I haven't had like a strong there's certain things I like about this deck. Like Jessica with Eartha Joe is a fucking war crime. Because Eartha Joe copies the ability. So Jessica goes ×3 and then ×9 because they stack on top of each other. So if you have Eartha Joe on turn 4, turn 5 you go like Elspeth, right? 4 mana Elspeth that puts 2 counters on something and gives it flying. So now Eartha Joe is a 4/6 with flying. Or actually double that, right? Because you get another 2 counters because it's a thing that targets. So it's actually a 6/8 with flying. And then you Jessica onto it, and then it does how much damage? Like 54 when you Jessica onto that flying Eartha Joe. Like, that's hilarious. And Jessica's so cheap that on that turn 6 that I'm describing, you can go Search for Glory or Oath or Call the Gatewatch for the Jessica, play the Jessica, and then deal 54 damage with the commander on turn 6. List the Scholar. Thank you for the Prime, by the way, while I was explaining that. So that is a play pattern I am in love with about this deck. Just a question of like, does the rest of the deck do things I like? And the answer is like kind of yeah, but you know, like I said, it's an iterative thing. I'm working on it. I'll see how I feel about it. It's exciting. It's exciting to be working on it because I do like Boros planeswalkers. I think it's a really funny idea. Do we get Jessica in here now that I'm thinking about it? Probably not. Anyway, Arena Rector makes you want to add Sand Scout, and I'll explain why right now. And that's because of the desert. So if you're adding Sand Scout, I would probably get Arid Arch. No, you're 3-color. I wouldn't run Arid Archway. Plus, you're not even that much of a flicker deck, so don't worry about the. You can skip the Arid Archway. You're allowed to. I think I would go for Last Step Quarry because you can sack Arena Rector. That's the main thing that has me excited. You probably want the stupid fucking Cactus Preserve. I haven't added Cactus Preserve to a commander deck with Sand Scout in it. But I think that's just because we didn't have a Jeskai deck that has ever fit the bill. Because typically if you're green in 3 colors, you don't need Sand Scout at all. But since we're Jeskai and we have this like kind of big mana, slow, lumbering Planeswalker theme, I think it's a little bit more interesting. And I think you had all the pain ones. Right, these all enter on tap. They pay 1 life to make their mana, and then they let Sand Scout fix you if you don't have any red cards or blue cards. If you need an extra white source, Sand Scout can do all those now. So I would do all those. I think Jeru and Eternal Wanderer would be good here. I actually do want to look through the Planeswalkers here because there's something interesting about. We haven't taken time to look at these. I think the major thing that sets me off here is you don't have Vronos, and Vronos is evil in a blue Planeswalker deck, right? Being able to go like, oh, 2 other Planeswalkers that I want to keep around. Goodbye. I picked Planeswalkers based on drawing cards to get loyalty, but if I can get 12 loyalty, otherwise don't need these ones. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, so you picked ones that get loyalty up the ass because of Teferi's talent. Right, so like big loyalty Planeswalkers for their cost. That makes sense. I just, you know, Vronos is a nice inclusion. Maybe there's a couple that you missed that are fun to Arena Rector out. I don't know if I particularly like this Ugin. This Ugin I'm partial to, but the other Ugin maybe not. You just don't have a lot of colorless. Yeah, Gideon is pretty nice. He has a 4 loyalty here, and he also gets a bunch of loyalty here. Like, that's just probably worthwhile. Could you imagine if we got like an Agatha Soul Cauldron for Planeswalkers? The reason why I laughed halfway through that is like, that's just like horrific. We kind of have one because there's the one Nicol Bolas that copies other abilities. But it's not quite there. Okay, maybe let's find room. Can I just say let's remove Tybalt? Tybalt's so funny, so hilarious. I just don't think it's that good. And then Jace, what are we plotting? Not what I need. Getting sick of it. Okay, this hand sucked anyway. Oh, I forgot. We're playtesting with only islands. Yeah, I literally can't playtest your deck. I'm going to make you a mana base. I'm sorry. How much do you want to spend? I just pretend they're tricolor. I think it's really important to get a mana base under you. I wouldn't be doing this if I thought it wasn't important. Give me your budget for mana base. Are we spending Scalding Tarn Arid Mesa money, or are we spending, like, Flooded Strand kind of money? Because I can tailor this to either or. If you give me a budget for your mana base, I will make you a perfect mana base for that budget. I can do it in, like, literally 3 minutes. If it can be bracket 2 cheap. If it can be bracket 3, I'm down for like 500. I think it's going to be a little bit hard to get it. I think your deck can compete in bracket 3. I think doing everything you want to do would be a side plan and not the main plan if you wanted to do bracket 3. Does that make sense? So I think I'm going to hit you with a Meticulous Archive because I think we're mostly blue-white. Yeah, we're like mostly blue-white splash red. I do like my fast lands. Also, Teferi Pro. Yeah, Teferi's Pro. I'm very familiar with the whole funny idea of Teferi's protection in this kind of deck. I actually kind of like Glittering Massive. Maybe not though. Seachrome, Glacial Fortress, Battlefield Forge, Shivan Reef, Adakar Wastes, Clifftop Retreat, Rugged Prairie, and then I think we're slowly getting to the parts where it's just like absolute schlock. That sucks. Which is fine. We can scroll back up. Ensnaring Bridge. So, Ensnaring Bridge is definitely fine. I don't know how quick we're getting Hellbent, and we already have Pramicon in Command Zone. So there's a lot of things that are making me a little hesitant for that. I hate to add a Steam Vents. Oh, it's actually not that expensive. Okay, $10. And that's because Lorien. So now your Lorien reveal can get an untapped blue-red source. And if we go here, turn on price, we've spent $150 on this mana base, and plus the Lorien reveal, which is another 2. And yeah, it's nice for Lorien to be able to get a Shockland. That's blue-red. So, like, this is exactly what I mean. Is just, like, we're chilling. And I'm not even necessarily, like, that worried about getting red mana right away. Because, like, in my opinion, I don't think we really even need red mana until we get a Planeswalker down. Because we don't really care about Pramicon that hard until a Planeswalker's ready to go. You're like let's just set up Leori. Okay, there's our Teferi Master of Time. So how would we do this? I think you do red, Flamekin, Eon Frolicker, Teferi, attack, attack, proliferate. We can choose Teferi. Plus, draw a card, then discard a card. I think it is Vronos. Draw a card, then discard a card. Okay, we have a 3/3 flyer, 1/1 to protect Teferi. Draw a card, discard a card on your turn. Let's search with Glory. Draw a card, discard a card on your turn. Cascade Bluffs we'll keep. And then this turn, draw a card, discard a card. Right, and it's these big mana turns that have me a little bit concerned because we have Perch Protection and we want to do this. Because this is funny. So, like, Guff here is getting our Teferi up to 10, which is evil. We should probably be running a Karn's Bastion the more I think about it. I like that more than the Inventor's Fair. Right, this is a 4-mana activate to proliferate. This is 4 mana get an artifact, which is like, why? Frosty Fellas and G Golden Bones. Thank you. All right, let's cut the Indestructible. I just don't think we need to be protecting Pramicon all that bad. It's okay if he gets blown up. Got Teo. Yeah, Teo's in. Love Teo. Teo's actually in my mono-white flying deck because he makes a wall with flying. All right, we have another slot. I want to add another Planeswalker. Or maybe another piece of mana. We could do like a Talus or an Arcane Signet. If we want to do our first kind of rock. Which I do think we need a lot of mana. Eternal Wanderer. You're kind of right, but I don't really like Aether Spark because we have a Flying Defender. Let's just go through these Planeswalkers, actually, now that I think about it. I like Dak. Okay, Kaido gets loyalty from things hitting opponents, so double effects from Thumbing Bird, and that also makes Teferi's talent better. I'm willing to keep Kaido. I prefer Teferi in combo context rather than here. Is there a non-foil? There's not a non-foil. Wizards needs to step their shit up. There needs to be a non-foil version of every single card. I'm tired of the Nexus of Fates of the world. You have to keep Jace. He's iconic. I don't know if I really like Jace. Definitely don't like Kazmina. Yeah, I don't want to focus on Red Walkers at all. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Nahiri here. You have to keep Ral because you love otters. Teferi's fine. Once again, Teferi's fine. It's just, this Teferi is exciting. This Teferi is like the whole point of the deck. And then Eugene is just decent. Blues, thank you for getting a deck review for next week. How about Nugan? I don't like, no. Why would we put new, can you tell me, can you iterate why you like New Ugin? We are talking about the 7-mana exile shit Ugin, right? Like, when you cast colorless spells, why do you like him for this deck? What is your thought process? Because I cut the New Ugin. He gives 3 colorless. For what? Can draw cards. Okay. You know, a lot of Planeswalkers can draw cards, and they cost a lot less than 7 mana. It's a big red, fuck, I don't know what to do now button that works regardless of game state. Are you talking about adding him as like a meteor golem? Because I'm going to say that's just not the best. Anyway, let's go sort : MV type : Planeswalker. Enter. I mean, I'm let's just scroll through these. Because like we can go more tokeny with Kithian with Kithian and Ajani, but I don't think that's kind of the theme of the deck. Although, whenever a creature controlled deals combat damage to a player, put a loyalty counter on Kaido. That is a reason to go more tokeny. Check out Commodore Guff. So, you just entered the stream, Nick. So, he's here. Don't worry, he's here. So maybe with the Kaito we go more tokeny. That's a thought. It does not mesh well with the turn skipping though. That's the issue. Tokens can block though. Oh, you know what? Let's do it. Yeah. Kithian in. Ajani in. I don't think we're doing all that. All good. Brazuket has to do with tokens. Ajani technically, but there's a fair few planeswalkers that make their own blockers. No, yeah, there's a ton. We're gonna add Elspeth and stuff. The Wandering Emperor. Yeah. So the this is where the Emperor is gonna actually come in because she does make tokens. I'm a big fan of Gideon because he can emblem, which is kind of fun. The new 3-mana Johnny. No, that card sucks. I'm sorry. Narset's pretty good, but we're not gonna do wheel shit. So non-creature spell, make a servo that blocks. All your planeswalkers are non-creatures. Fuck our bodies into broken shells. I want to go to hell together. What if you ran Tez instead of Trinket Mage? Oh, we don't have Trinket Mage. That's right. I was thinking about Trinket Mage is all because of Astral Cornucopia. Let's run Tez. I wanted to make like a decent number of tokens too. It can't just be like make one token smile. Which means like 6-mana Elspeth probably, but tired of being useless. 3 days, everything is haunted. What about Comey? Comey. Comet. Comet's already in, I think. I thought Comet was already in. I guess it wasn't. Damn. Yeah, we should put Comet in. So Wandering Emperor in. I don't think we're going wide with Planeswalkers is the only thing, which is why I'm a little hesitant to add that Chandra in. Okay. Where are you, Elspeth? Elspeth, Sun's Champion in. Okay. So, we put in Elspeth, Sun's Champion, which makes a lot of tokens. And that makes me smile. Yeah, we're just very blue-white, right? We have very little red in this deck. I might add a landscape now that I think about it. I think it's Perilous Landscape for this one. Am I stupid? Oh, I can't spell. I see. Landscape. Perilous Landscape. Think. Okay. So. Did we add Elspeth Stormslayer, by the way? Do I like Elspeth Stormslayer? Completed Tameo. What does that one even do? Tamayo. Am I stupid? What's her epithet? Whoops. What did it add? Tameo meets the story circle. No, that's not what I want. Disregard Tameo's Simic. Ah, yeah. Yeah, we can't add that Tameo. I was thinking of the completed one too. I was like, huh? Why can't we add it? I'm a silly goose. Meticulous Archive, please. Surveil 1. Top. Next turn. Watch this Truth Nuke. You don't play a Ranarok here. You Surveil again. Kaido, that's an awesome card for our deck. We keep that on top. And then you go 1, 2, 3, Saheeli. And then maybe Saheeli gets tenderized a little bit. But you go like... we don't have a mountain or anything, right? No, we have a plains. Okay, we're fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ever-flowing Chalice. Saheeli trigger. Make a servo token. Power. Maybe Saheeli dies now. Doesn't matter. You got your value. 1, 2, 3. Flux Channeler. 1, 2. Give Flux Channeler flying and hexproof. Hey, that's a non-creature spell. Proliferate. Next turn. 1, 2, 3. Tezzeret. That's a non-creature. Proliferate. And then you go tap, add 4. Untap. Tap, add 4. Blue. Deep Glow Skate. Double this to 8. So now we have a million billion mana. Say Tezzeret explodes. Sucks we missed our land drops. It just sucks that this is not colored mana. If that was an Astral Cornucopia, oh my god, we're off to the races that game. Oh, whoops, I cut Astral instead of Everflowing. So hear me out. Since we're so mana hungry, we go Astral Cornucopia, Pentad Prism, Empowered Auto Generator. And now the band's kind of together, I feel. Where we have the Astral Cornucopia for a thing that Tezzeret can tutor up. We have the Pentad Prism, which can get got by Muddle the Mixture. Oh, also we have Teleria West, which can get the Astral Cornucopia. And then we have Empowered Auto Generator. In this deck, how long do we expect Planeswalkers to live? 1 to 2 turn rotations? It kind of ish. It's kind of hard to play test, in all honesty. A Planeswalker deck, but you know, you can estimate how things feel. Okay, get rid of Redemption Arc. Next turn. Plains, Arcane Signet. Next turn. Land, pass. White, 1, 2. Flash in Wandering Emperor on your end step. Or during your turn, exile your creature. Next turn. Cactus Preserve. We get -1. Or we can just drop Pram. Let's just drop Pram. I think Deification. We can't choose a Planeswalker type. The Wandering Emperor doesn't have one. The Wandering Emperor doesn't have a Planeswalker type, so you can't choose it for Deification. That's so funny. I've never thought of that before. Why? Because the Wanderer's mysterious. The Wanderer is the Wanderer. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, I'm going to tell you what. I think Meditate is slightly too cute. Oh, and Johnny also works with the Lazadev core. Yeah, this Lazadev core is fucking cash. Imagine the curve of a Johnny turn 2, and then turn 3 you go Sand Scout, get Lazadev core tapped, and then you play your land for turn, and then next turn you get to sack the... Oh. Oh. think maybe we cut a mountain and add a migratory route. It's a basic land cycler that can make 4 birds with flying, which of course works with Kaido very well and also works with other stuff. So this seems low on board wipes for a Super Friends deck. Yes, because we're using Pramicon. Don't add. So this appears to be a little low on board wipes. It's like we have Pramicon in the command zone. There's a reason this guy's here. Like there's some thought here that's been put into this. Don't worry. Maybe you don't need recruiter. Okay, we have 2 slots to play with. I'm a little bit interested in upping the kind of token-y game plan of this. That's why Avatar's Wrath was here before. Yeah, Avatar's Wrath is fine. It leaves Pram. I understand why Avatar's Wrath was in here. I don't think I like it still. I think Pram still is doing its job very well here. And even then, I would almost prefer to go like solitary confinement style. Oh, I think solitary doesn't prevent people from attacking your planeswalkers. Now that I think about it, but you can do like fog loop stuff, like a really annoying shit. Yeah, I wanted to get a little bit more proactive with it. Venser is cute. Ooh, you know what? Venser is actually a really good option because Venser pushes your board through, right? His minus is things can't be blocked. Yeah, creatures can't be fucking blocked this turn. That's insane for a tokens deck. Yeah, Venser's a nail on the head. Perfect choice. Thank you. Prologue to Phyresis is too evil. I don't want to move into that. That feels counterintuitive to what this deck is trying to do. So, Court of Grace. I think it's a little slow, Court of Grace, for what this deck is doing. Hear me out. I like the Dreamtide Whale idea. We can add that. I just don't think we're double spelling that often. But it's whenever any player. Yeah, you're right. Dreamtide Whale is insane. Should be in. Discard. Drop. Plains. Here's Scythian. Next turn. Mountain. 1/2. Grateful Apparition. Don't miss your land drop. Easy. Ideally tutor. Redemption arc, maybe. You just have to get your like build around. Or what is it? Oh, we already have that in our hand. I'm awesome. Yeah, redemption arc. And then get a removal spell. Okay, I have no idea what the fuck we're doing with Scour for Scrap. I just saw this in the deck now. Type land ID or yeah, ID : red. Let's do red white. Red blue. And then we can add something like a Turbulent Springs, sure. All right, let's play test this. Discard. Here's Sand Scout carrying you, by the way. All right, tap land. Next turn. Island. A Johnny. This is a cat. 1/2. Sand Scout. This is normally where I'd get Arid Archway, but we don't run it. Because you could pick up one of your lands and then re-put it down. So we get Ramen Opera Ruins here. Next turn. Magosi? Oh, you skip your turn with Magosi. That's so funny. Sure. Sure. That's funny. Why not run Arid? Though we're basically 2-color, but we're not. We are 3-color, like pretty firmly. Sure, we can run an Arid Archway. It's just like, it's not free. It is certainly not free. Maybe run it instead of Karns. This hit's insane. Oh, you love otters. That's right. Yeah, imagine that it was a red source in that hand. Where are you, Lilypad Village? No, Eon Frolicker is fine. All right. I would keep this. No, I wouldn't. This hand just does nothing. This hand does a lot more. Teferi. Here's the Sand Scout being goaded again. It's a Steam Bet situation. Sphere of Safety. No touchy. And then this is where you annoy the fuck out of everyone. Teferi, Master of Time. Draw, discard. Okay, your turn. Draw, discard. Your turn. Draw, discard. Muddle gets Chronotog. And then draw, discard on this turn. Arena Rector's hilarious. Get rid of Wandering. Magosi. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shadow the Second Sun on ourselves. Draw, then discard. Untap all these. Upkeep. Draw. Like, Sphere of Safety is just kind of the only reason why this exists right now. Are the dual ping deserts better here because they're untapped single color ones? So the untapped single color ones are untapped, which is like, they're pretty good. If you really wanted to, you could maybe run, instead of one mountain, you could do like a mountain plains hybrid or like a mountain island hybrid. Or even like white blue I'm a little bit iffy on because most of our lands are already white blue. Okay, I don't like the Zukan, I've decided. So that was meant to be. Maybe we do add Elspeth Stormslayer. Oh, it's Comet. That's right, Comet. I like Comet a lot. It's also just silly as fuck. All right. I kind of want to see the game plan come together with this because I believe it can happen. Surveil 1. Graveyard. Next turn, Plains. 1/2, Thrumming Bird. Next turn, Sand Scout. We have all of our colors. Let's get Lazotep Quarry just in case we draw Arena Rector. And then you land drop for turn Elegant Parlor, Surveil 1. Or actually, we don't Surveil 1. We want a Perilous Landscape for blue. Next turn. Surveil 1. Graveyard. Red, white, blue. Pramicon. Next turn. 1, 2, 3. Dreamtide Whale. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we could have tapped right for this. Kaido. Dink can't be blocked. Draw, then discard. And then attack with Thrumming Bird. 1, 2. Because this thing hit and also proliferate. And then this is now 3. Let's say someone double spells. We get another counter here. Next turn. So this is the issue. It's like we have a hard time double spelling. It's like Dreamtide Whale here has not been. We triggered it once because we presume an opponent has done something. -9 Kaito. Like, that feels like a very real play pattern, because we had Dreamtide Whale in play and Pramicon. And we Thrumming Bird Kaido up. So maybe we just add some cantrips. And I think cantrips also add some consistency to the silly skip your turn shit that we're also doing. So maybe we don't run Flamekin. Let's focus on higher mana value things. Maybe we don't run Deep Glow Skate. Oh, but it can be so good. That's my only thing with Deep Glow Skate, is it can be very good. Semester's End was, I've never cast it. I think it's also just kind of hard to hold up 4 mana for a protection spell. Maybe Brilliant Wings goes. And then that gives us 3 slots to kind of play with here for cantrips. And I'm just going to hit at you with like Preordain, Ponder. Honestly, maybe an Opt. Instead of a Dreamtide Whale, maybe Tekrathal. Nah. I don't think we have enough BS for Tekrathal to be good. We need to be way more in on proliferating, which we're just not. This hand feels way too slow. There's no shot. This one works. Turn 1, Shock Sacred Foundries. Cycle this for type is land. Why haven't I gotten any points to this stream? I literally don't know. Let's get Turbulent Springs. We already have a bunch of red. Experimental Augury, that's been in for 7 years. Let's get Salad Fountain. Next turn. Hauled Fountain. Grateful Apparition. Next turn. We can't just run out Dak, but we can run out Leori. And that means this turn we can run out Pramicon? I think that's correct. And then this one goes blue 1/2, Teleria West, Astral Cornucopia. And we land cycle first because we're not an idiot. But this turn, 1, 2, 3, Astral Cornucopia, Ash Barrens, or Arid Archway, Bounce Island. And you go 1, 2, 3, DAC. And you attack with Leori, Grateful Apparition that proliferates. Leori then copies this +1 to draw 2 and then discard 2. And we also get a counter here. Get rid of Chronotog here and Gideon. Next turn. So here you go 1, 2, 3. Tez. Two blue. Combat, Grateful Apparition, Leori, choose Tez. And Pram just sits there because it's Flying Defender. You get a spell. You get an emblem with whenever you cast a spell that targets one or more permanents. Sure. So now you can -3. Do we even have anything left? Like, I don't think so. Yeah, Tez is literally just an untapper. So we can make 9 mana here, but we have nothing to do with it. Which is a little sad. So maybe cycling Lorien Revealed that game was wrong. Like, that could be true. Any Sun Titan effects? I don't think those would be that good. Okay, Saheeli comes out. I think Saheeli is actually going to be rather underwhelming now that I think about it more and have playtested the deck a bit. I don't know if I really like Deification. It's just like, if a Planeswalker's at 1 loyalty, it's kind of worthless. This has been a difficult brew. Yeah, it has a lot of really like weird, unique, interesting things going on for sure. Maybe Mila just isn't there. Are there any cards taking advantage of only having one opponent in combat? Sammy, there's a lot of interesting things going on with this deck, including a lot of interesting restrictions. I just think that this is not what the direction the deck's going. I don't know if I really digested what. So for the new people in stream, we are using Chronotog to skip turns to like keep perch protection around, and then having instant speed planeswalkers with either Teferi or Teferi's Talent. So maybe we actually do go back up a tutor. It's just like, what one? Maybe you do just run open the Armory. I just don't know if I really like how this feels. I thought maybe we could get away with like having a deck that does like tokeny planeswalker stuff most of the time, and then it only happens sometimes that you do aura stuff. But is there a transmute for 5 or 6 in Jeskai? There's no playable transmute cards that are 5 or 6. They're all pretty bad. Let's run Court of Antris. Makes copies of artifacts and enchantments, right? Yeah. We have good artifacts and enchantments that we would love to copy. Maybe Axguard Armory shouldn't be in. Okay, this is keepable. Drop. Meticulous. Surveil 1. Top. Island. 1, 2. Thrumming Bird. Surveil 1. Top. Graveyard. Pramicon. Actually, I think Leori's better. Because this turn we can go Teo. Attack. Attack. Draw 2 cards. Magosi. And then who the fuck is afraid of Teo? Like, not me. Oh, look, we might be able to do the thing this game. So, you wouldn't also phase your Planeswalkers out, though? Yes, I think you're failing to understand that this isn't meant to be a synergistic thing with the Planeswalkers theme. It's a lot more of a just like another thing that happens. You're thinking too hard, is what I'm saying. Quit thinking. So let's go minus on Teo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Comet. Attack, attack. And then roll 2 6-sided die. Roll to 3, roll to 4. Great. Next turn. And then we go proliferate, and then we go... Oh, whoops, that's not the right... 6, 2. So, +2. Make 2 squirrels. And then we get 2 more rolls. Until in turn, whenever you activate the ability... Oh my god, you keep copying the abilities? This isn't until, like, this isn't the next time? So we get another 2 comet rolls. So it's 3 and 6. And so we get to go another time, because that was the first one. So this is number 2. Hang on. Our Comet Storm is currently 2. Jesus, this is sick as fuck. Wait. So... we have 2 comet rolls banked. We've just used 1. We still have another 3 rolls, though, because we rolled a 6. We rolled another 6, so that's 5 more comet rolls. And then we roll a 3. So we have 4 comet rolls left. The 3 is -1 again. All right, we have 4 more rolls. We rolled a 6, so that's going to go back up to 5. And then we roll a 3. At this point, Comet's going to kill himself. All right, let's go down to 4 rolls. We rolled a 1, so we get +2 loyalty. And then we get to make 2 more squirrels. And then this is the copy. 5. Does damage, and then... so it does 5 damage. Okay, we're now going down to 3 rolls. Rolled a 1, we get 2 more squirrels. +2 loyalty. And this is the copy of this activation. 3, -1. All right, we're going down to 2 rolls left. Rolled a 1. We get 2 more squirrels and +2 loyalty. And then rolled a 4. So it's going to do 6 damage and then -2. We have 1 roll left now. Rolls a 2. Makes 2 squirrels with haste and then +2. And this is the copy. Rolls a 2. Gets another 2 squirrels and +2. All right, here's our last one. You rolled a 2. 2 more squirrels and +2 loyalty. And you rolled a 3, which is -1. Okay, Comet feels pretty good. I don't know if I even tap mana for Comet. So you know what's got me thinking now? Our deck is very mana hungry. Our deck is go wide tokens. Let's give our shit Convoke. What if we gave our spells Convoke? That's something, right? Okay, maybe Deep Glow's Cage just kind of win more. I'd keep this. We need a white source, but that should be easy to get with a Ponder. Bingo. Shock. Onake. Or actually, let's do Grateful Apparition because we have a Empowered Auto Generator. Next turn. Ipnu Riverlet. Oh, wait, we go first. Sand Scout. Lazotep Quarry. Turbulent Springs. Plains. Kithian. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4. Empowered Auto Generator. Ipnu Riverlet. And then we go tap to add a counter. 2, 3. Give Kithian indestructible until end of turn. 1, 2, 3. Pramicon. And then attack, attack, attack. Sand Scout dies or something. But we get to flip Kithian into Gideon. We proliferate here. And then we get to go indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. Untap it, rather. Next turn. 1, 2, 3. Dreamtide Whale. White 1. A Johnny. Tap, sack a Johnny. Or the token. Flip a Johnny Nakatl Pariah. And then we make a cat with the +0. Where's that cat warrior? And then we do 4 damage. Heliod's Pilgrim. Get Teferi's Talent. Move to combat. Did we double spell this turn? We had to have. All right. And then combat. Swing Grateful Apparition. Dink, dink. And then up to 1 target trick rate. +2 this. And then we already did that one. Great. Next turn. 5 mana. Teferi's Talent Gideon. Which we need to get to 12 loyalty. So let's start with 1 blue. Experimental Augury. Proliferate. And then we look at the top 3. Put Ripples into our hand. Sorry, Purge Protection. That's another proliferation. We now Ripples of Potential. Proliferate, proliferate, proliferate. Phase none of them out. +0, make another Cat Warrior, shoot something. Combat, swing with Grateful Apparition. We now have 12 on Gideon Battleforge. We get to -12. We now get to activate a Johnny every turn. Which will kill people. We've done it. I think we're there. I think we've gotten there, chat. I think this is hype as fuck. So we saw the Empowered Auto Generator carry us there, right? Like, undisputed champion there. Pentad Prism's going to do the same thing sometimes. Astral Cornucopia will do the same thing sometimes. Tezzeret can untap those things and also can grab the Astral Cornucopia. So I think these are the heaters. I think Everflowing Chalice, we saw it the one game. The colorless is too restrictive. I think we just need to only run the colored ones. Wand of the World Soul is an interesting concept. It might not get there, but I think it could be fun. And then it also works well with Kaito, this go wide plan. There's a lot of things here that are interweaving. I don't even know if this is necessarily even the best version that this deck can be, but I am burnt the fuck out of looking at it. I've gotten it as good as I can get it, at least. Thank you for getting a deck review. That was very exciting.